Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Chrissie from CZT Martina Ramhapp. And I hope I pronounced that right. Okay. So, because we are in the month of March, I want to throw in a little, I call them Celtic. I can't remember if my playlist is, it might be Celtic E or something like that. These neat interwoven patterns that make you think Celtic knot. Okay. And this one, let me tell you, not as hard as it looks. All right. So we're going to start off with some, arches, like Gothic arches, we could say. But in Zentangle E's, we'll call them a C-shaped curved line and then another C-shaped curved line. Two of them meeting at one point. Or it could be a half seed, because if you wanted to, that's just silly. All right, leaving a bit of a space. Now, this could be done on a string line. Oh, I should have done that. I should have done that, I should say. Oh, maybe I'll try that on something else. Okay. Leaving a little space. Same thing. I need to always pause in between so that way I get that little point. Oh, look at how many I can get here. Nice. Okay. Next. Now, I did take my liberties, and I separated out some of the steps because I needed to. Now, this next one, we're going to essentially aura in between these two. So putting a V, but you want to put it a little above, as you can see. Okay? And you know what? If it's down too far, you can always extend the lines. That's always an option. Well, I shouldn't say always. It's usually an option. And of course, leaving some room. Okay, let's get it up there where it's supposed to be. We'll do these little partials because it's neat. Okay, now from here, using the takeoff and land concept, here's what I'm going to do. And this is one, oh, you know what? Actually, I bet it would work better. Let's start from the end. Okay, so we're going to trace this over and, okay, so we're making a C-shaped curve line coming from this side of the arch up and over. And if you can touch the two bits of that V we just made, great. If not, do what I just did. And add a little bit like that, okay? Like that. And we're stopping on that second line, just like this. And it works, well, okay, never mind. It works, I was going to say, it works better to go backwards. Not on this one, it's the next step. It'll work out either way. Okay, and then this one, we'll just put a little curve. Okay. This one nicely doesn't matter where you start or stop. Okay, the next step, though, here's why I was thinking that. Because what we're going to do, and I think it would have worked better to go backwards. So starting at the end, whatever the far end is, we're going to trace over this. And for this one, we're just going to end there. But this is why I'm thinking start at the end, because we're going to do this and like that. And let me just make sure. Yeah, you can see the pen. Okay. Let me turn it a little bit more. And here's why not. Let me start here, because if you start here, it's still okay. But so if you start anywhere, then what you want to do is stop, kind of in line here. And then when you do the next one, and, even if you don't reach up to it, then just do like we did with the other ones and extend it down. I think it's easier to come from this way and go back that way. It's like, oh, I don't even have to fudge it. I can just, put that line there and kind of work to have it meet up, and it's great. This last one will go this way. Okay, and if you are, newer to Zentangle and you don't know about the term /tangle hullabow, that's what we're doing here. Is we want these to meet up so that way it looks like they're going underneath. So, but this isn't, there is a tangle called hullabow, which is the technique. I said it's a tangle technique, and it's Molly's last name, whose husband, Nick, created it, who is also daughter of Maria Thomas, co-founder of Zentangle, if you didn't know. Okay. In the technique, or in the tangle, we're doing a continuous line. This one, we want it to look that way, but we're not doing it kind of in sequence. So it's just one of those things. That's why sometimes I'll air draw, just like, okay, let me get that lined up. Or as you're coming up to it, just go slow so you can, course correct your pen. And, one last step, okay, is we're going to connect these. And you know what? You can connect them however you wish. And I'm going to show you one variation just so that way I've shown it to you. Well, let's see. This one, though, will probably have a line that comes down here. Okay. And that one will take it off the page. Now, I'm not going to do it here. But if you look at, go to the description section of the video and click on either. I always do my own version of the step out, and then below that is from the creator of the tangle. So if you click on either one, click on Martina's, because she has some beautiful samples. So do check that out. But on both of them, and I made sure to include it on mine, you don't have to put this here. Well, you know what? Let me just show you from my step out, because it's right here handy. You can connect. So this is what we just did, but if you connect the space instead, you end up with this. All right, but I want to do that last one that you could see there, just so you can see it, and we'll have a chance to go over this again, just in case. So we're going to do the same thing, same start, with these little seed shapes. I'm trying to make it bigger. And I think what's neat is it doesn't, honestly, you could, no. I take it back. I think it's important that you have that point. I was going to say you could just do curve lines, but no, because of the other steps, it's important to have that point there. All right, mine looks like, but that's okay. It's going to turn out amazing. Oh, let's just put that line right here. Okay. And in creating the other, we're going to do this mirrored. Of course, you could leave some space if you want to, but what I decided to do on mine is, well, if I got that right on the edge, is I'm just doing the same thing, but I'm taking it right from those lines. I'm going to prove that it doesn't matter. Look at how they're getting gradually bigger. If I wanted to do that, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's always so funny. Okay. Then, and it's all the same step. So while we're on this side, we'll do this side. So we'll put those little V's in. Just above where the seed, where the tip is. And a part one here, and oh yeah, there'll be one there. Okay, and then flip. I like to do, if at all possible, I like to do the same step all at the same time. There are some tangles though that I have to like do whatever and finish it. This one you really can't. But I mean, you could do one side, I suppose, and then do the other side. I had to think about getting that up above the, it's kind of way high up there, but that's all right. We'll see how it turns out. Okay. And then while I'm on this side, like I said, this one, it doesn't matter. I take back what I said before. And this doesn't have to be like a big arch or anything. I've been kind of like, just as long as it's somewhat of an arch. It's like if I can get to that first one and then curve it like that to the next one. You know, too, as I'm saying that, I'm thinking if you are look at how that's turning out so cool so far. You could probably have fun and do something else up there, like some other shape. Now I'm just turning the tile 180 degrees and rinse and repeat doing the same thing. And to avoid any eyeball confusion, I'm just focusing on, well, it gets a little bit difficult when you have, you know, this extra, but it's like, okay, here's the point. I'm taking from that point up and over on the V shape. And here, well, let's see, this is that little teeny bit. Let's make that, there we go, a little more pronounced. Okay, now while we're here, now we're taking this side of the V, right? And we're bringing it up. And we're essentially aura-ing this right here. Aura-ing this, but we want it to meet up here. And you know, here's something else. If you wanted to, you could just put a little pen mark right where you want it to land. That might help. And then, of course, turning your tile so that way you can get, you know, a nice curve and see where you're headed. But that might help. Like I said, just putting a little line there. Because this one, it's kind of hard. It's hard to get both, where I can see where I'm going and not have the pen in the way. So, like I said, that does make a little bit of a difference. All right, let's get this last bit. And then here, this little end, right? Like that. Flip, rinse, and repeat. Look at how neat that is, right? Okay. And then too, yeah, remembering, okay, we're going to that little part there, not going crazy anywhere else. Like that. And then here we're just kind of doing it backwards. And there we go. So it's really neat. Definitely has the Celtic knotty aspect. Super cool. And so now, I mean, of course, well, let's see. You know, let's do it on this one. I didn't do it on my version of the Step Out. Martina did. And I think it looks rather neat. I'm looking for, though... Oh, here it is, right in front of me. My graphic one for filling in. I'm just going to fill in these bits here. But of course, I mean, you could put tangles, you could put, you know, little lines. I'm just filling it in solid. You can do whatever it is that you want. I mean, if you made this bigger and you could fit a nice tangle in there or something. Or just, you know, some orbs lines. It's up to you. Up to you. Can you hear that squeaking? I mean, it just gives it an interesting look. I really like on Martina's Step Out, her sample. She does one around an orb. Really, really neat. So I'm just putting it on this underside here for now, so that way I can take my Tortillion and just bring that down. Like so. And actually, you know what? Did I do this after the fact? Because, let's see. This... right? Yeah, that's going to be going like that. So I need to put some... oh, it would be way under here. So never mind. There's where I want it. Okay. And just focusing on... you know, putting the graphite or, you know, whatever you might be wanting to use for shading on either side, emphasizing the, I call it the over-under. So then you get that. And it's just really neat. But yeah, so she had it, you know, around an orb, and it looked so fantastic. All right, same idea on this. And of course, like I said, you can, you know, fill in whatever it is that you want. And so while I am doing this, if you are enjoying this, please, please click the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I mentioned the description section for the step outs, but below that is my link tree. So again, if you enjoy what I do here for ya, and you'd like to connect, follow me places. Oh gosh, I should put on there stalkers welcome. That's so funny, because the thought just popped into my head, because that's kind of what following is, I suppose. It's welcomed. All right. But no, all my social media is there. My website is there. So if you want to click that and follow my blog, of course you can. If you are interested in classes, I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And Tuesdays generally have a fee, except for the third Tuesday of the month. That one is free. But then on Thursdays, that is always free. And everything is, of course, subject to change. I know I have to do a couple changes next month. But I always try to just find a different day, so that way we still get our fix. And that's what I attempt to do. But I always, give notice and stuff like that. So, also in the link tree are places to follow me if you are interested in classes. We also have a Tangle Addicts community, and full of, a little crazy, but absolutely wonderful group of people. So much fun. And so I welcome you to join us there if you want to. When you click that link, if you're wanting to join us there are 4 questions that you have to answer in order to gain entry. So just want to make sure you are aware of that. Oh my gosh, does this line up? Almost. Almost. That's funny. Yeah, we'd love to have you join us there. And everything is self-explanatory on the link tree. But yeah, come join us. Like I said, we have a ton of fun. Lots of great tangling. And yeah, just wonderful. So I am enamored with this one. This in my book anyway, definite keeper. It's not as hard as it looks. It's quite forgiving. And yeah, really, really neat. So have fun with it. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.